Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube as we take a look at this Sunday's Dixie Vodka 400 Homestead-Miami Speedway. 3 races to go, and then we'll find out who the champion is in the NASCAR circuit. Kevin Rogers with you. We bring in Micah Roberts, who is with us every week to break down the NASCAR. We're down to just 8 drivers, still a few races to go until we get to the final 4. But Micah, it's good to see you again, and let's get right into it. Denny Hamlin, he's seen plenty of success at Homestead. He's got 3 wins there in his career. He's listed at 7-1 on Sunday. What do you think his chances are to catch another checkered flag in Homestead?
Oh, he deserves to be a co-favorite for sure. This is his type of track this season with the next-gen car. This is the type of track, the 2-mile track, the 1.3-mile track, the 1.5-mile tracks. And this is a little different. This isn't like the traditional oval, D-shaped ovals like we see on the 1.5-mile tracks, the cookie-cutter tracks all across America. This is a paperclip shaped 1.5-mile track. So it's a little different. Think of Martinsville on steroids ×3. This is kind of what that track looks like. So it's unique to a lot of drivers. Drivers in the past have had success driving the high line. Denny Hamlin's been one of those. Kyle Larson and Tyler Reddick are both big rim runners where they just stay at the top of the track and run around, gain speed, but it helps save your tires by not moving around and wearing on them. You're just staying in one line the entire way around, and it works. It's been successful here at this track. But Hamlin has mastered it. He's been good on the old car, and I think he's going to be good on the new car too, just because of what we saw the last 5 races on the tracks that I put together: Michigan, Darlington, Kansas, Texas, and Las Vegas. And Hamlin's been right up there, searching for the win, looking for the win, good enough to win like he did at Charlotte on Memorial Day weekend. So I think he's got it. 3 wins, like you mentioned there, lots of laps led, lots of top 10s. He's going to be one of the drivers to beat, a well-deserved favorite here.
You mentioned Tyler Reddick as well, Micah. He's also at 7-1. He had success when he rode in the Xfinity down at Homestead. He was a runner-up last year. What has it been with Tyler Reddick? Why he's had so much success down at Homestead?
I think it's the line he takes. So like I mentioned, when you go running up the high line and you're up against the wall running full speed all the way around, you don't have to lay off as much with the gas. You don't have to brake hardly at all. You can go round in circles, and in the meantime you're not wearing your tires out. So when other cars are maneuvering up and down the track for position and getting in spots, going the low line, going the high line, up and down, that wears on the tires. So every lap, just there's a certain bunch of particles that fall off your tire and go to the side. And while that's happening and they have less grip going around, meanwhile, people like Reddick and Larson are faster because they've got probably 10 to 20 laps extra on their tires because they didn't move all around like the other drivers. And I don't know why more people don't follow what Reddick does, but a winner in 2018, 2019 in the Xfinity Series, and then his first run with Cup Car 2020, he was 4th, and then last year he was 2nd. So you see a little pattern there. There's kind of a evolution of Reddick at Homestead. He's well deserving to be co-favorite with Denny Hamlin. I saw him at 7-1. Haven't seen higher, but if I do, I might double down on him and take him. I like him a lot this week.
Joey Logano won at Las Vegas last week. He's now clinched a spot in the top 4 in Phoenix coming up in a few weeks. But Logano at 10-1. He's won 3 times already this season. What do you think about Logano's chances? And again, not saying you're taking it easy because you have already a spot in the final 4, but I'm sure Logano wants to keep going and get another win.
He's got nothing to lose, right? He's already got his ticket punched for Phoenix. He's already in. There's nothing that can happen in these next 2 races that is going to stop him from going to Phoenix. So he can lay it all out. He can go for the wins. He can pad his stats, and I think he will. I think he's going to have an amazing run, and that's the same thing. This 5-race chart in the last part of the season with Michigan, where he was 4th, where Darlington he was 4th, and we go to Texas, where he was runner-up, and then Las Vegas, where he won. Pretty good pattern there. He's going to be set up perfectly, and Team Penske Powers obviously been good on this. I don't know where Ryan Blaney's been in this whole mix here, but Joey Logano and his team are dialed in. They're ready to go, and I wouldn't count him out at all for winning his 2nd championship at Phoenix. And by the way, a guy like Hamlin, who sitting in 4th, he's not comfortable, but he needs a guy like Logano or Reddick to win if he's not going to win. So it doesn't take up more spots because you get the automatic berth with the win. So if nobody's winning, he can still get in by points if he doesn't win. Because if he doesn't win here at Homestead, I don't think he's got any shot at Martinsville, where he's one of the best all time, but the next gen car has taken away all the advantages he had in his entire life racing on that track. He's from Virginia, and that's a track that the next gen car has just not worked out, or his team hasn't figured out a way yet to be good at that track and tracks similar to it. So I think that's a key. Logano or somebody that doesn't have it for Hamlin to try to make the playoffs and win his first championship, which I am rooting for. He deserves it. And I hate hearing him the same stories. How does it feel to not win a championship and be one of the veterans? How does it feel? How does it feel to not be champion? How are you feeling coming in this week, right? I mean, he's been hearing this for over a decade now when he gets to these final races and answering the same questions. And, how do you answer that? I mean, of course I want to win, but it's gonna ruin your life. I mean, he can't be totally honest about it. But anyway, that's a Hamlin story. He's got to win here to make the playoffs, probably, unless.
Micah, there's another driver we really haven't mentioned, and he's been around. He's been at every race. It feels like it's Kyle Busch, 12-1. He's got several top 5 finishes in Homestead during his career. What about Kyle Busch as a sneaky one to come up this Sunday?
Yeah, real sneaky. Last week he was, he had some trouble issues. Went to the pit. I thought he was done for the day, and all of a sudden he finishes third in Vegas, and that's his home track. And this track is special to him. He won his 2 championships here at the end of the year when the final race used to be at Homestead. So yeah, he's got a lot of positive memories here. He does well here. I look for him to have a good run. I don't know. I might need like 15-1, 16-1 to take a shot on him, since his only win of the season was on that dirt race at Bristol, that thing. So, I need a little more. To see these guys that are priced so low week to week, like Martin Truex, he's 10-1 this week. I mean, the guy has not won a race this season. The next gen has not been good for him. He doesn't have a lot of top 5s like his teammates, and he's 10-1. I mean, like, the book is trying to save money ahead of time or something that might not happen, that hasn't happened all year. Does not make sense at all. Put him at 20-1, get some bets on him, and drop the number down. That's how you book. Come on.
I know. I mean, yeah, and you're right about that. Somebody that struggled all season hasn't won. That, like, why is he going to turn around now?
Yeah.
Now, I want to transition to this, Micah. We always look for the drivers to watch, and we've said how it's evened out this year. We've had some names that maybe weren't favorites that won. So, give me a driver or two to keep an eye on this Sunday. Maybe not one of the favorites that could win.
Yeah, number one that you want to watch out for is Chase Briscoe. He's won a Truck Series race at Homestead. He's also won an Xfinity race at Homestead. And he finished 4th last week at Las Vegas. And he's a guy sitting, he was 4th there, and he's 5th at Texas before. So that's 2 straight mile-and-a-half tracks, top 5s. He's sitting 6th in points. He would shake up the whole playoffs if he got a win here. And actually, if he just gets another top 5 here, I think he'll move up in points as well. That would be something if he could get in to the final round at Phoenix, because he won the Phoenix race in March. So something to look for is a long shot, real long shot in the playoffs there. But you can find him at 28-1 to 32-1 I've seen. And the other guy is Eric Jones. So I've talked about these 5 tracks, starting with Michigan and Darlington. He won at Darlington, led 23 laps in that race. Then he went to Texas. He finished 6th. And then he was 8th at Las Vegas last week. I mean, a guy like that is hovering around the win and top 5s should not be 50-1 or 66-1 like I've seen a few places. So I just, I'm not going to tell them how to do their business. I just bet it. It's a possibility. Look at what he's doing on all these tracks that correlate with Homestead. He's got the power. He's got the knowledge. He's got the brain power and a good crew and a car that can do it on these type of tracks. So Eric Jones is definitely somebody, if you want a small lottery ticket, $5, throw it in there and root on Eric Jones and that petty car.
Finally, Micah, who do you have winning Sunday in Homestead?
I got Reddick. With the top. I'm thinking about if I can find better odds, betting them again. But yeah, I still like Hamlin. I like Logano. They're going to be right there. And I'm rooting. obviously Eric Jones, if he wins, that will be my biggest payout of the day. So got to work out your profit margins and figure out your game plan and what you're ready to settle with on wins and losses. Tyler Reddick's low down here, 7-1. Eric Jones, 66-1. I'm up here. I like this guy, but this guy's more realistic.
Micah Roberts, you could find his work on Vegas Insider and his breakdown of the Dixie Vodka 400 at Homestead-Miami Speedway coming up on Sunday. And you could find his top 5 predictions as well as a great breakdown of all the drivers and their odds. Micah, thank you so much for the time. We got 2 to go after this, and NASCAR season will be done. But Micah, thanks again for the time. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Bye-bye.
All right, that is Micah Roberts. I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching. And as always, best of luck with your bets.